Hello students, I am Mrs. Vaishali Dafe. I will be teaching maths for standard 8. Look at the board. Here I am writing few numbers. What you are thinking about the numbers? Just start to think. Here I written few numbers. What you understand? What you think? Yes. Here in the first group, the numbers are counting numbers. Okay. This is a group of natural number. The counting numbers are the numbers which start from 1, 2, 3, 4 is called natural numbers. In the second group of numbers, the numbers which start from 0, 1, 2, 3 to till infinite is called the group of whole numbers. Third, see, here there are the numbers 0, positive numbers and negative numbers, isn't it? Now, if you observe neatly, here in the middle it is 0. On the right hand side all the positive numbers and here this side all the negative numbers. Positive numbers, yes, we are writing plus in front of that numbers, but it is not necessary always. Okay. So, these numbers are called integers. And in the fourth group there are the fraction also, 0 also, number also, isn't it? So, here we can say that the numbers which is written in the form of numerator and denominator is called rational number. Today we are learning more about rational numbers and irrational numbers. Now, tell me something about the fraction. Here you are observing the numbers minus 25 upon 3, minus 2 by 3, here 21 upon 3, here 67 upon 5. Which are these numbers? What type of fractions are they? Yes, here we know about the fractions. The types of fractions are like terms, unlike terms, isn't it? Proper fraction and improper fraction. What is the like fraction, unlike fraction, proper fraction and improper fraction? Think. Yes, when you are saying the proper fraction, yeah, now observe this here, 2 upon 3. This is a fraction, isn't it? Now, in this fraction 2 upon 3, from out of the 3 equal parts, we are taking the 2 parts, isn't it? If we want to show this with the diagram, now observe this. Now, here I draw one picture here. Here I made 3 equal parts. From that 3 equal parts, when we are taking the 2 parts, then it is called proper fraction. This all we learn in the standard 6 and 7. Then also I am revising little bit. Okay, 2 upon 3. Okay, now this is called proper fraction. improper fraction. In improper fraction, the number is numerator and denominator form, but always it is not so that the denominator is greater than the numerator, isn't it? In improper fraction, always the denominator is small than the numerator. So it is called improper fraction. Now observe this: 2 upon 3, 4 upon 3, 5 upon 3, 7 upon 3. Yes, now these are the like fraction, because when the denominator is equal, then it is called like fraction. Unlike fraction, we have to write mix: 2 by 3, 5 upon 2, 1 by 5, 7 upon 3, like that. Here it is in these fractions, the denominator is not always same. So it is called unlike fraction. Okay. Now we are going on rational numbers. Rational numbers means what? The number which is written in the form of m upon n form. The number which is written in the m upon n form, where m and n are integers. Integers means, now only I told you these are the integers. This is also called the integers, isn't it? M and n are integers and n is not equal to 0. This is a symbol of not equal to. When we are taking equal sign and we are taking a slanting line from right to left, it is called not equal to. N is not equal to 0. Then this is called rational number. Okay. Once again I am repeating rational number, the definition of rational number. The numbers of the form m upon n are called rational numbers, where m and n are integers and n is not 0. Understood? Now we are going to the next topic, that to show rational number on the number line. See how we have to show the rational numbers on the number line. Now take this example: 7 upon 3, 2 minus 2 upon 3. Okay? In this 7 upon 3 minus 2 upon 3, 2, these are the rational number. Now before to represent rational number, just a revision of integers, how we have to represent integers on the number line. Okay. So to represent the integers on the number line, we have to take a straight line. In between, here we have to take a number 0, which is called origin 0, and on the right hand side of the 0, on equal distance, that equal distance you can take as 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3 centimeter on the scale, isn't it? Here if you observe the scale, here you can understand that there is a equal distance in between all the numbers. From 0 to 1, there are 10 little lines on the scale. All the numbers are on the equal distance, isn't it? Now I am taking in inch, so it is very easy for you to understand. Okay. Now see, when we have to show the integers on the number line, that time, see, I am taking the 3 centimeter, okay, 3 centimeter as a equal distance. I am telling you, okay, here to show or to represent very nicely. I am taking here. Now, remove the scale and see. In each number there is a equal distance. Isn't it? Now write 1, 2, 3 and this side -1, -2. Number line is infinite in opposite direction. Understood? Now here on the number line, here I represent integers on the number line. Here on the number line 0 is called origin. The right hand side is called positive numbers and the left hand side of the 0 is called negative numbers. Understood? Whenever we have to represent integers on the number line, the distance between the two numbers should be same. How I took here on the number line, in that way you have to take the distance. Then on the right hand side positive numbers, on the left hand side negative numbers. Understood? Now we have to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Now see here, in this number, on this number line, can you see here 7/3, 2/3? No. Directly you can represent 2 because on the number line here 2 is there, isn't it? But how we have to represent 7/3 minus 2/3, that we have to learn. Okay. Now see here 7/3 we can write in this way, 7 into 1/3, isn't it? It means in between 0 and 1 we have to make 3 equal parts. Okay. You can take any convenient distance as you want to show the rational numbers on the number line. Now observe properly how we have to represent the rational number on the number line. Okay. Now see here, first start to take the number line first. Okay. Now as it is on the right hand side, the positive number should be there, and on the left hand side of 0 negative number should be there, isn't it? Now in the middle part take 0 where you want to take, isn't it? Now when you have to show 7/3 on the number line, you should keep in your mind that you have to take 3 equal parts in between 0 and 1. So you can take any convenient distance as you want to represent the 3 equal parts in between 0 and 1. Okay. Now here I am taking means what? I am taking by my own that here appropriate distance in between 0 and 1. Now see here 1, 2, 3. Understood? See 0 to this point, this is one part. This point to this point, this is second, and this to this, it is third. Now why we have to take the 3 equal parts? Observe the rational numbers. 7/3, here 2, here -3, 2/3, isn't it? So here 3 is the denominator. It means we have to make the 3 equal parts in between the numbers 0 to more. Okay. So 0 to 1, then again take the convenient line 2, then again 3, in the same way on the left hand side of the 0, -1, minus 2. Okay. Now see, it means in between 0 to 1, this point indicates that it is 1 by 3. This point indicate it is 2 by 3, and this point it is indicate 3 by 3. Now when we divide 3 by 3, we are getting a number 1, isn't it? Understood? See, again I am repeating, when we have to show rational numbers on number line, observe the rational numbers. See the denominator. Here 7 upon 3 is the rational number, minus 2 upon 3 is the rational number, and here 2 is the number, isn't it? 2 we can take directly on the number line. But when we have to show rational numbers, observe the denominator and then take the equal parts in between the integers 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, isn't it? It means 1 point indicates it is 1 upon 3, 2 upon 3, and the number 1 indicates 3 upon 3. Okay. Now go. Where is 7 upon 3 then? Go then. Start to calculate. 1 upon 1, 1 upon 3, 2 upon 3, 3 upon 3, 4 upon 3, 5 upon 3. It is 6 upon 3. Now see here, 6 upon 3. 6 upon 3 means what? Here we have to divide. 3 ones are 3, 3 twos are 6. So we are getting the number 2. 6 upon 3, and the next here it is, this point it is 7 upon 3. Understood? I am telling you now, it is just only for your understanding. Okay, these numbers are okay, only what we have to represent on the number line, 7 upon 3. So this point you can represent any alphabet A, B, C for your of your choice. Okay, A 7 upon 3. Now 2 already it is here, you can represent as any capital letter B, and then minus 2 upon 3. Where is the negative number? It is on the left hand side of the 0. Again start. The first point is minus 1 upon 3. The second number is minus 2 upon 3. So this number here we have to represent minus 2 upon 3 and write any capital letter to represent that rational number. Understood? Now let us take practice set 1.1. Okay, so it is very easy for you to understand how you have to represent the rational numbers on the number line. Okay. Practice set 1.1. Question number 1. Show the following numbers on a number line. Draw a separate number line for each examples. When the practice set start, see, open your textbooks and do it. Okay. Now the first sum is 3 upon 2, 5 upon 2, minus 3 upon 2. Okay. Now see here, again in the rational numbers the denominator is 2. Okay. It means we have to make two equal parts in between the number 0 and 1. Okay. For each and every example we have to take a different number line. Okay. Now see here, in middle we are writing 0. Okay. And we have to write the represent 3 upon 2, 5 upon 2, minus 3 upon 2. Okay. So in between 0 and 1, how many equal parts we have to make? 2 equal parts, isn't it? Take scale, proper distance you have to take as you want it should be convenient for you, and the distance between each and every point, it is in a unique manner, or it is a equal distance. Okay, now how I am taking in the on the number line in between 0 to 1 and in between 1 to 2. Okay, so 2 equal parts. Okay, here 5 upon 2 we have to represent. So this side we have to take a little bit more. Okay, now see here, this is 1 upon 2, this is 2 upon 2, this is 3 upon 2, this is 4 upon 2, this is 5 upon 2, this is 6 upon 2. Again I am repeating, see here, this is 1 upon 2, this one is we can write as 2 upon 2. When we divide 2 by 2, we are getting the number 1. This is 3 by 2, this is 4 by 2. When we divide 4 by 2, we are getting the number 2. Then here 5 by 2 and this is 6 by 2. When we divide 6 by 2, we are getting the number 3. Isn't it? Now, it is not necessary to show, because for your understanding only I am writing on the board. Okay. Now, see which number we have to represent. See that 3 upon 2. Okay. 3 upon 2. Now, 1 upon 2, 2 upon 2 and this is 3 upon 2. So, here you have to take a little bit big arrow and write here 3 upon 2 and represent by any letter, capital letter. Isn't it? A. Now, again 5 upon 2. It is 4 upon 2 and 5 upon 2. Okay. Now, again go here. Take a equal distance. How you are taking in between 1 and 2 on the right hand side. In the same way you have to take in between 0 and minus 1. Again here 1 upon 2, this is 2 upon 2 and this is minus 3 upon 2 and represent by the any alphabet C. Okay. Now, take a second question. Observe the number line and answer the question. This is a homework for you, that you have to do this and then calculate. Okay. Thank you, students.